y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is my favorite color look, purple, and we're gonna call this look Purple Rain, honey. So if y'all want to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Hey y'all, what's up? Let's jump into this look. So I already did my brows off camera, so y'all know everything I use for my brows, but just in case you don't, I use a Top Kiss Brow Professional pencil in a shade Dark Deep Brunette, and I use the concealer in LA Girl Fawn, and on here I also use the MAC Pro Longwear in the shade NC42. I mix those both together. So today I'm doing a purple eyeshadow look. So I started using the palette, the Morphe, the 35B palette, and I used the deepest purple out of that shade, and I started using that in my transition color, and I'm just blending that right on in. So I'm just taking the deepest purple shade they had in the palette, and I was just blending that into my transition. Just blending that in the crease, and I was just blending it, and you'll see me just going back and forth with that purple shade and with the two brushes. One is a Morphe brush and one is a Wet n Wild brush, and I'm just going back and forth and blending it and packing that purple shade till I see the shade that I like. So just going back and forth. So right here, I'm just packing it again because I noticed once I started blending it that I was blending a lot of the color out of it. So I had to go back in and just keep picking it back up until it got to like the color that I was satisfied with. So that's what I was doing, just going back and forth. And you'll notice that too. Like once you start picking up your colors and playing in your colors, like you just have to go back and forth, because that's what it's about, like blending them out. You'll start blending a lot of your colors, a lot of your eyeshadow away. So right here is one of my favorite brushes too, y'all, the Sony Akashic brush. I had these brushes for, oh my god, so long, y'all, but it does a job. It blends out so good. So I'm just blending that out too. I just putting it down and just blending it out. I was trying to get like the harsh lines out of it or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going back and forth, picking it up, putting some of the color down, blending it out. And right here, I'm just packing some more of the purple in. And I like to go back and forth with brushes, y'all, and you'll see that a lot. Like sometimes I could work with probably like 2 brushes. If I'm just doing like a simple look, I can work with like 2 brushes, but for the most part, I probably work with probably about 3. Depending on what the eyeshadow look gonna be, I can work with probably about 3, but I like to go back and forth with brushes. So right here, I'm just packing that shade on. Like I said, it's the deepest purple shade from the Morphe palette, the 35B palette. Just packing that on. pick up brushes and just blend it out. Like sometimes I don't use all the brushes the same times, because sometimes I could just blend it out with a different brush, but then like I say, you'll see me go back and forth with some another brush and blend it out, but it'll probably be the same brushes that I'm using. It's like sometimes I be feeling like one brush worked for one eye and then it didn't work for the other one, but I don't know, y'all, that's probably just me thinking it. But right here I'm just blending it out with that with a fluffier brush. It's fluffier, but then it's also kind of dense at the same time. So now I'm going back in with that Sony Akashic brush and just blending that out too. Like I said, until I get that harsh line to move, until I see the color that I like, I'm just blending everything out. So I'm just moving that around. So right here, I'm just adding more color, more of that purple eyeshadow. Just blending everything in. Okay, your girl is blending. So I just went in and I'm still picking up that darkest purple shade, y'all, and just making it darker. I just kept picking it up until I got the shade that I like. And once again, that's the 35B palette by Morphe. And I'm going to leave all the products in the description box below for y'all. I'm still just picking it up and making it as dark as I can possibly get it and just blending it out. And when using colors like this, like purples like this, I find that they are a little tricky, but you gotta keep using them. So right here, y'all, I'm adding some black from that same palette. It's not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, but it worked. So I'm just using that black on the outer corners just to add some depth, to smoke it out some. And this is that's a Morphe brush as well. It's kind of like a flat, fluffy brush. I just kind of like used it on the end, and then I just kind of like drug it into the crease. Kind of like used it on an angle to bring it into the crease. That kind of works for me. I use the tip of it to bring it into my angle. I mean, into like the transition in the crease part. I use the tip of the brush, and that's what kind of makes it that perfect smoky for me. So you're gonna see me going back and forth with that black to darken up that purple. so far I just used one shade for the transition, which is that purple shade, and now I'm just using that black. On this eye, I'm just repeating those same steps. I'm using that black out the same palette and just blending it in. I'm placing it on my outer corner of the eye and using the tip of the brush to just bring it into the crease and just blending it in. So I'm gonna just be doing a lot of blending, dipping into the palette, placing it on the eye, and just blending it in until I get that liking and that all that depth that I want, to make sure everything just blends seamlessly and to make it look really smoky, because that's what I was going for, like a smoky purple eye. That's what I was going for. So after all the blending, we just about to try to cut this crease, honey. Let's see what we could do. So this brush, y'all, I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. I was looking for like a really good brush that I could possibly cut the crease with. Cut creases are really not my thing, but I'm trying to make it my thing. So I was like, this looks like the perfect brush that I can do that with. So I picked up 2 of them. This is the larger one that I picked up, and I also have a smaller one. So I was like, let's give it a try. So y'all about to see me cut the crease. I'm using the Pro Longwear concealer in the shade NC42 to do this with. I do have some eyeshadow bases and stuff that I'm gonna get to using pretty soon, but I just used this because it was just right in hands reach, so I just went with this. But anyway, y'all, so I'm cutting the crease. So let's get into this crease. So this brush was working in my favor, so I might just go back to Hobby Lobby and pick up some more of them. And actually, when I shopped for these brushes, they were actually on sale for 50% off, and I think that day I bought like 5 brushes, and I think they were all came up to like $16. So I actually got them for a good deal. So cutting this crease, didn't give me as much trouble. I think I'm getting good at it. I think I'm gonna keep, working at cutting this crease. I think I'm, doing okay with it. So I'm just like cutting it a little bit, and then I'm just gonna leave not gonna do like a full cut crease, just kind of like a half a crease, and cut that out. Because I'm gonna smoke out the ends, the outer corner of my eye anyway. So I'm just taking that concealer and moving it towards the end of the eye. I try all different techniques when it comes to this cut crease thing. So like I said, I'm getting better at it. I just have to like master my own little technique. So far this one was working. I'm gonna just keep working at it. They say practice makes perfect. So I'm gonna be practicing it, y'all. So y'all, if y'all have some good techniques for it, drop them down low in the comment section so your girl could know and get her cut crease game up. So right here, y'all, I'm just still doing the same thing, just cutting this one. So right here, y'all, I'm just blending all my concealer out, making it tacky, and it dries pretty fast. That's one thing about that Pro Longwear concealer, it dries pretty fast, so that was why it was actually a good choice to pick. So right here, y'all, I'm just smoking out the corners of my eyes in that concealer so that it won't be like a harsh line left, and I'm smoking that out with the black shade and that purple shade, just kind of smoking that out so that when I lay the other shades down, everything kind of just meshed together. So I'm picking up some of that concealer before I lay in my other shade down. So just blending all of that out. So right here, y'all, I'm taking my Wet n Wild brush, just a small eyeshadow brush, and I'm just laying down the lightest purple that came in this palette. I'm just laying that one down, and this was kind of cute, y'all, because it kind of looked purple and then it kind of looked gray too. So I'm just laying that one down. Laying that shade down, and then I came in with another purple shade. And I laid that one in the middle so that everything could kind of blend in together. So same thing for the other eye. I laid that light purple shade down. I'm I'm gonna come in and smoke out the corner. So same thing, y'all. I'm just blending this shade out in my corners, just smoking everything out so everything could just blend as one. Get everything to mesh together. You want to kind of like fuse all those colors together so you don't see no harsh lines or anything like that. So I'm just going back and forth with those shades until everything is just like blended. Decided, I was like, let's turn it up a notch. So y'all, I'm doing a glitter wing liner, and I just took some glitters that I had, and I randomly mixed them to make a really cute purple glitter mix. I took some chunky glitters that I had and some fine glitters that I had, and I just mixed them together, and it came out pretty cool. I just used the flat brush from Morphe, and I put some glitter adhesive on it, and I just layered it on top of the black wing liner that I had on. And I actually like the way this turned out. It gave the look, it made the look just a little, gave it that extra pop, like made it a little bit more glam. I felt like it needed a little bit more pop to it. So I think this glitter did the job for me. So I'm just right here adding the glitter to the liner. So you'll see me picking that up and going back and forth, adding that glitter on there. I really like the way this turned out. So I'm just going back and forth with that glitter, picking it up. And lay it on top of that black liner that I would put on. And I intertwined both of the glitters. I think I put the fine glitter on first, and I added the chunky glitter because you could see the fine glitter, but the chunky glitter just gave it more pop, because the fine glitter was just a little too fine. It wasn't doing enough, so I had to mix both of them. And once I mixed that chunky glitter, it did just what I needed it to do. And it's just some random purple shades that I mixed together. Foundation now. I used the foundation. I tried the something that wasn't full coverage just to see if I like it. This is the foundation shade, the liquid shades Black Opal, and I think this is in the shade, I want to say this is Nutmeg. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna leave it in the description box below. This foundation is not 100% full coverage, so if you're not a full coverage girl, this is for you. I just randomly tried this because I have the entire line in my makeup kit, and it was just sitting there, so I was like, let me just try and give them another try. I don't like them. I'm a full coverage girl. I don't like them. I was supposed to be using them for my clients, but I don't even like them on my clients, y'all. So I was just really letting them sit there and they're just growing dust. So I was like, let me just try it once again. Maybe if I like it on myself, I would think about using them again, but nah, y'all, I don't like them. But anyway, one thing I do notice about them, that they do oxidize, because if you look at it, it was looking like it was way too light for me, but child, them things oxidize. But anyway, y'all, so I'm just putting on my my concealer, and this is the Medium Deep by ColourPop, and I love their concealers. I need to actually get some more. Like, I would buy almost probably every shade that I think I would use, because I really need to get my hands on some more of those. And this is the shade NC45 in a MAC Smooth Wear concealers. So I'm just doing my concealer. I'm blending everything out with my beauty blender, and also my foundation brush. Just blending that out, letting everything get nice and tacky. And this is why I used a lot of the the concealer this time around, because I didn't get a lot of coverage from my foundation. So that's another little tip and trick for you. If you don't like a lot of foundation coverage from your foundation, but you still want to get that makeup look, just use a really good concealer and just use a little bit more than the usual, and you can still get a good coverage, good makeup coverage look. Like you'll get that coverage that you need, that you're seeking for from your concealer. So this is what I did with this look. Since I didn't use a good foundation, I just got that coverage that I was looking for from my concealer. I just used 2, and then of course I let it sit a little bit longer, and I just blended everything out from that concealer. So I actually got the coverage anyway, just not from that foundation. So I'm just blending everything out. So the same thing, just blending out on my forehead, my nose, and setting under my eyes. I set under my eyes. This is the Black Radiance powder in the shade Banana. Now with this powder, y'all, you have to watch how much you apply, because honey, you will get some flashback like no other, okay? So I'm just setting with this, but I'm trying not to use as much. I set my brows. But I do like this powder. I mean, it's really sheer. I guess that's why I like it. So today I went in with my Black Radiance palette in the shade Medium Deep, Medium Dark. I'll leave it down in the description box, y'all. But I'm using that contour shade in there. I did not contour with cream today. I don't know why. Sometimes I do just powder, sometimes I do cream and powder, but today I just did powder. I still get a good turnout with just powder, because Black Radiance, if y'all use it, y'all know it is pigmented and you only need a little bit. So I just went in with powder today, y'all, and I was still getting that chiseled look. This is a MAC brush too, that's good for contouring. I just started using it for contouring, because usually I use something on an angle brush, because it's just easier for me to find that my cheekbone when I use something angle. But I started using this one and I actually like it too, so I'm probably just gonna switch back and forth. But if you see how I chiseled that cheek area look already, just from this brush and just a little bit of that powder, so I actually like it. But of course, I just had to go back with more. I'm so extra, y'all. I'm very extra when it comes to this makeup thing. I want all the coverage. And like I say, the foundation, I didn't get much coverage from the foundation, so it kind of makes sense. Just to kind of, go a little harder with the contour and the setting powder and the concealer, because the foundation wasn't really giving me much of anything. So I'm just blending out my nose here, y'all. Contouring it a bit. So I'm just dusting everything off. setting everything into place. And I used the MAC Mineraliz Skinfinish in the shade Deep, and I'm just dusting all that powder away, setting everything into place. I push some of it into the skin, kind of melt it into the skin, and just dust off the excess. So that's what I'm doing here. So right here, I'm just going in with a little bronzing powder to kind of just bronze up the face a bit and just give it a little shine. And also that bronzing powder kind of like knocks out those harsh edges that's left behind from the contouring. And right here, I'm going in with my highlight, y'all. Y'all know I told you I like a lot of highlighting powder. And then with this look, it's like I might as well go full glam because the eyes is doing a lot anyway. So it's like, hey, might as well just keep turning it up a notch or two. So I'm just going in, putting that highlight on. And this highlight is still another another Wet n Wild highlighter, y'all. I'm gonna have that down below for y'all. Ooh. I'm looking like a Christmas ornament, and I love it. Yo, I'm shining between the highlight and the glittered eyes. So I'm just doing my nose, y'all. So right here, I'm just finishing up my eyes, and I always like to put on my lashes last. I don't know why, that's just like my little routine. I like to do finish off everything with my eyes last. So I'm just going under my eyes, smoking out my eye. Smoking out the other eye. And I used one palette to do this entire eye look, y'all. And it was a 35B Morphe palette. I don't know if they still sell it, but because I got this a long time ago, but I used the one palette to do this eyeshadow look. Let me know if y'all like this look so far. Just dusting off the excess and smoothing out the bottom of my eye. Alright, y'all, so moving on to the lips, I decided to go with this lip gloss. This is MAC lip gloss, y'all. It's pretty old. I do not know the name of it. That's how old it is. And if you can see, it is old because it's in old packaging. But y'all, it's a deep purple. It's pretty. I wish I would have put the cyber lipstick on first, then went over it with the lip gloss, because the lip gloss, it was staying, but it was sliding. But anyway, I mean, nonetheless, it still came out cute. But I just wish I would have put the cyber on first, then put this one on top, because it was just sliding everywhere. But anyway, y'all, this is the finished look. Let me know if y'all like it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells, and I will definitely see y'all in the next video.